Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Dyson Sphere Program, and as you can see there's a few minor changes that I've made to this, and today we're going to be concentrating on getting a little bit set up now towards planetary logistics. So unfortunately we can't do global logistics. Well, I say global, sorry, that is what we're doing, planetary. We can't do interplanetary logistics. We can't bring things like titanium and silicon to this planet without actually mining it ourselves or getting something to mine it and then bringing it back ourselves, which we will be moving on to hopefully sooner rather than later, because we do need some titanium, but right now we can do a smaller scale. Now as you can see I've made quite a few changes, but our science is completely backed up. We're actually getting quite a bit of fuel here. We're using some of the fuel to power that little area there. We've done some expansion around here as well. Now the main thing I have done is I want this coal out of the way. I know I mentioned this in the past, and most of this is actually in the way, and I do want most of this removed. However, there is, there's nearly 600k there of coal. So what I'm actually doing is, if I jump on it over here, you'll see I've got this set up here, and all this is basically doing is emptying the coal from here into these boxes here, and then I've got quite a stack of them making making a lot of these energetic graphite. And obviously we can use the energetic graphite for some various other things that we're going to be backing on to at a later stage as well. I've got some here and there's some more over there as well, loads of that stuff, and that stuff does come in handy at some stage. However, the target today is two things. Number one, obviously you saw that my science was backed up completely, which means now we can start doing things like thrusters, and I want next thing here, which is the planetary logistics system. Then we want the interstellar logistics system as well. But first of all, we want planetary, which requires thrusters. So let's go ahead and let's get our thrusters. Now you'll also notice that thrusters require 2 steel and 3 copper. So we've got a bit of steel. We haven't got much, but we have got a bit, and we've got plenty of copper as well. Let's go and get that thruster going. Let's look ahead for planetary logistics. This does a couple of things for us. One, it unlocks the level 3 in conveyor belt, which are super fast, but they require a little bit of work to build them. We also require logistics drones, which require iron, and they require the next level of circuits, and they require the thrusters. And we need the planetary logistics stations, which requires 40 titanium, and it requires a lot of other bits and bobs as well. We're gonna man build probably 2 of these to start off with. What I mean by that is I'm going to build them in my backpack. Then we're going to start looking at things like, obviously, like superconductors. We need polymer chemical engineering. We need deuterium fractionation, and we need, well, we definitely need these as well. So let's go ahead and get them because they make them. We also need things like the solar scale orbit, crystal smelting, titanium smelting. Quite a few things we're going to need here. So we also need that, and then we need that. We're also going to need, well, so as you can see already, there is loads of stuff we're going to, let's go on these. We don't need the crystals just yet, I don't think. Vertical construction level 1. Also in our vertical construction science. Don't need anything like that at the moment. We could do with some of these, which would be quite nice. Certainly want the power, so I'll queue these 4. So that's a hell of a queue going. The next thing I want to do is basically have all this here get collected, and what I'm going to actually do is hopefully I'm going to have enough foundation to make myself a little here where I can do a bit of smelting. There's a lot of water around this area here. So what I might actually do is I might bring this back, because basically once that's all gone we can take down our logistics station and move it somewhere else. But you'll also see here this has now become redundant, completely empty. So we can actually remove all this now. Move that. Belts for it as well. All these as well, because we don't need any of these. None of that. We don't need any of that because now it's all gone. Any of these as well. The only thing we require at the moment is the actual steel itself. But we don't have much steel, so I'm just going to grab a couple of stacks. Just so we got some on us. You see, I've got a little bit of a setup here going for my foundations there. Not a major amount. But what I'll probably do now, move this power pole. Hopefully it won't break anything. It doesn't. That one. Yes, I can. So what I'll probably do now is I'll probably place the Planetary Logistics station here. Then we'll set up our smelting system here. And the reason why I want one for iron is because at the moment we've only got the 3 stack. When we get the interstellar ones, you get the 5 stackers. Right now it's 3. And it's not too bad because we can take the 3 and put it into a 5 at a later stage. What that gives us is ore in, because right now we have ore on our planet, but we'll soon exhaust that, and I mean we're going to be going through it like nobody's business. It also gives us iron plates out, and it also gives us magnets out. If you remember, these here magnets also require the ore. That now takes care of the 2 things that are smelted by iron ore. Now you see that's all full. Everything's backed up and full, nicely done for us. And then what we can do is we can then supply that to our production facility. Now there is, an argument to say, well, actually we could just bring in a line of copper ore and iron ore, and then stone. That's your 3 there. Bring it all through the system, and then build off that. And there is that will give us a nice basic up to all the things we've already got. We've already got all these, so we could automate some of it, but realistically, I want bigger. Much bigger. I want massive rows of materials being produced and then going out into our interstellar at some stage. But right now we're not at that stage. So I'm going to let this tick away right now. We've got 7 in there now. I'm going to add the other upgrades as well. Our science is doing a number. I may actually upgrade the science a little bit more because you can see here we are super pushing this and it's maximum. So I may actually... Let's go ahead, and we don't need the blue for now. We can just restock that at a later stage. Let's go ahead and... Oh, that's close. Way too close. Let's... Red science. Science. Blue science. I think one of them's not reaching power supplies. Let's just pop a power supply in there. Now everything has got power. That should give us a little bit of a boost. Now that obviously means we've got no blue being produced, but we've got a hell of a lot of blue already stacked up now. We've actually got a fair amount of red as well. But considering red's running off a free resource, which is the oil, I'm not too worried. Obviously the coal there, we've got 23 coal veins, 1.4 million there, so I don't think we're going to be running out of either of them anytime soon. So we'll go ahead and leave that as is, and obviously when we start running out of the blue is when we'll start considering backing it back up. Find them as well, which is nice. So everything's set up, so let's leave it now until the science actually does something. How we're looking. 4 minutes 32 seconds, so hash rate is 360 hashes a second. We could probably boost it up a little bit more maybe, but I'll not worry about it too much. We need the vertical, so I might actually remove all that, get the vertical. We can stack up some more on top of these, which I'll do off camera, and then hopefully be able to do something. Need some more iron, which I don't think we have any left. I've burnt it all. Things. Oh, we've got a little bit of iron. There we go. Okay, so can we build? Let's just get these ready. Oh, excellent. Right, so that's set, ready to go. So I shall be back once we've got a little bit of research done, and then we'll look at setting this up. So I'll be back shortly. And welcome back, everybody. And as you can see, we are completely empty on our. Almost completely empty. We've got 1 left, but you see, I've took the blue science down just so we got a little bit extra on our actual science production, so it was a little bit faster. However, the reason why I took it down was because we didn't really have much left in the way. Now, we do have 20 in here, 20 in here, but that really isn't going to make us many blue sciences. And realistically, we're beyond the stage now where this small setup's going to work for us. The next thing we need to do, now that we've unlocked our logistics, planetary logistics station, is we need to unlock we need to build these last three. So, the first one is easy. It's titanium ore into titanium ingots. Now, it's easy to make, but it's not as easy to actually get. We need to go to another planet for that. Our second one is the processor, which is basically the upgrade to the circuit board. And for that, we need microcrystalline components, which needs our high purity silicon. Now, we can do some high purity silicon, and we'll do that once we've got ourselves some titanium, I think. Yeah, we'll stack everything in a box. We'll head on over to get some titanium, and then we'll do that one. Our last thing is the particle container. This one is a little trickier. So there are two ways of crafting it. The one way we can't do, requires a resource we don't have. The second one is we need to build these electromagnetic turbines. That's why we needed the supermagnetic rings. You can see it also requires electric motors. Now, we can build the electric motors, but we're a little bit short on iron ingots. So, what we're going to do is we're going to head off, grab the titanium, so that whilst the titanium's being smelted and stuff like that, we can set up our new smelter system here. Once we've set up our new smelting system, we'll then get ourselves some iron, which then can do the rest of the stuff that we need. And then we'll get our silicon going from here as well. So, that's what we're going to do. So, all you need to do to do that is find a planet. And as you can see, we can't leave the planet because we don't have enough power. So, we need to have a look at why we can't leave. And that's going to be because we don't have the drive engine. For that, we're going to need a little bit more matrix. So we're actually going to cancel this here. Oh, and then we're going to go back out again. Get our drive engines. Let's activate the drive engines. And then let's just get what we can out of this to try and get the 200 blue science. Go back down to land. Then we'll jump over to another planet. And then hopefully... But all I'm going to do is I'm going to take out whatever I can out of here. Whatever's left in that will just carry on producing. Let's take down some of these sciences. So we got some science back. Place it. Search. Oh, I didn't need actually. Way in. And in. Out and out. Then he set it to the blue science, and then all I'm going to do is pop in there, just to give it a little boost. As you can see, it's now going to crack on with that. So we'll do this final piece of research, and then we will jump out of the planet. And the next planet we want to head to, zoom out. We're actually quite lucky. We've actually got a planet very close to us, which has titanium ore, so that's the one we're going to aim for. You can actually see it's got, zoom out, so we've got an elliptical rotation here. You can see that the planet does pass nearby to us, so we could aim for when it's nearby to us, but all I'm going to do basically is jump out of orbit and then land to it, and hopefully it'll be close by to us. But I might time it so it's a little bit closer so we've got less to fly. Right, so let's get this last bit of research done, and then we'll come back and we'll finish off from there. Okay, so we have now unlocked our flight.
The ability to sail. Double-click the space key to lift off to enter the flight mode, and keep pressing the forward direction and space keys in the flight mode, and you will enter the sailing mode when you reach a certain altitude.
Okay, right, so let's see where our planet's at the moment. Out for a second. Okay, so it is not too far away, so I'm going to head off and jump to it. I don't think we'll do too bad. So there we go.
Sailing mode, you can control the mecha go to different planets or planetary systems by following the arrows in the space navigation. Hold down the shift key to accelerate, back arrow key to slow down. You can also use the Q, R keys to hold down the right mouse button, dragging to sideward flight.
Go. Are we heading to the right planet? That's the question. I think Bullion 4 is the gas planet. Oh, it's not. No, it is the right one. What we want. So peaceful. Now we can speed over to it, but I don't have much in the way of power, so be careful. That should be nice and quick. Quite a big planet, actually. And we have a lot of veins. Thing goes in. There's a titanium vein right there. 22 titanium veins. Now. Yep. Now, just a quick reference to... You'll see here, we've got the titanium ore we need. 12.4 million, which is nice. The other thing that we've got is the wind energy ratio of 150%. So, since we don't need too much in the way of power for here, and I don't... Oh, yeah, I can build one of these, which I need. We can actually build these miners with wind power. What we're going to do. So, first of all, let's get our miner out there. While it's building a new cell. There we go. Let's try and get as much as humanly possible. Oh. I think we can get a little bit more out of that. Let's try and get that. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Get a few here as well. So, and we'll just grab them there. And now, obviously, we need our power supply. I'm just going to go ahead and place 3 wind turbines, like so. Then I'm going to put a power cell here so I can charge my energy up. We don't need to worry too much about the power supply because these are going to work whilst we're away. Get that third one going. Now, obviously, it's charging me up as well. You can see it's not quite getting enough power, but that's not a problem. Charging us up enough, and that's all we need. The next thing we need to do is get it all set up. And we'll place it there, that'll do. Then all I'm going to do is place it in a box for now. I'm just going to double stack it just so we've got plenty of opportunity to get materials in case I need to run back a couple of times. Go. Add a power pole here. That's now running. We can now charge up once our little robots do their job. They're using up all my power. Okay, so you'll see that this really is backed up because, well, there's not much power. What we could do is we could place a power generation near a... We got any coal? The stone there, titanium, stone. I don't think how much coal. There's not much coal on here, so we are relying on wind power. So what we could do is we could come back and grab a couple more of these wind turbines. For that to happen, I need iron. Have we got any iron that we could just take? I think that's all we're short on is yet the iron, which we can do by just seeing any veins around here. Oh, there we go. There's an iron vein there. So if we just grab a bit of iron here, and the only downside is we're going to run out of power here. So let's use these crystals here. These should help us charge up a little bit. I think we can. No, we can't use the energy crystals. Try and get as much iron as possible. 4 more crystals. 2. That'll do us. Need a little bit of power just to get us most of the way there. Go. Now we can try and build some more of these. Got 4 more. Not going to help us too much, but our energy will be depleted soon. Oh, it's just converting the plates. And then we should have ourselves some titanium, which is obviously what we needed. So I'm going to charge this up. We're going to place a couple more wind turbines down, and then we'll be right back with the supplies we need. And welcome back, everybody. And as you can see, I've just made some slight adjustments. I actually, while I was sat here charging, I figured, why don't I smelt it before sending, like, coming to collect it? So that's what I've done here, and I've just had to play around with some measurements here, and I have, yes, decided to smelt it. So I'm going to build 6 on either side. So then we'll click the right thing for a start. We'll bring this over to here. So one's producing one line, and then the other 2 are stacking up in here and then bringing it down to this line here, like so. We'll then funnel it into the central one. Hopefully that central one should hold, and then we'll put our storage on the side here. What that's going to do is just basically give us pre-made titanium. So we don't need to worry about bringing it over, smelting it, and then doing all the other malarkey with it. As for what we'll do long term, not 100% sure just yet whether I'm going to make this planet basically more of a smelting planet or whatnot. We'll figure that out at some stage. Oh. Place all these into here. Oh, what am I doing? Humpty. Wrong way. My output. Try that again, shall we? Just it. In. Same on that side. Hit the belt. Go. And in. Then we can go out. Did I have it the right way? I might have actually had it the right way, but either way. Sorted now. There we go. Obviously we want it to go in this here, and I want to put the fastest belt orders. Yeah. 1, 2. And we'll shove that into them. There we go. Right, let's get some power on this. I have 1 belt. Don't think I can. 1. Don't have any more. Alright, let's get you set up for kits. And let's copy that recipe. Go. Oh, that's too many presses. Right, let's go and grab some more iron here. We'll just need a couple of bits of iron just so we can get a couple of power balls. You just see how having no iron really affects us here. Here we go. No. Alright, let's head on back over. Go. I reach everything with that one. I don't can I? It looks like I can. Okay, and that belt is rammed full, so we could do with upgrading that belt, but for upgrading we haven't got resources to do it. We've only got enough for 1 because we're missing steel plates, iron plates even. But that's now producing steel plates for us. And it does actually look like it's emptying, so it may work out alright actually. If we come back and it's still not clearing it, then we can upgrade that to better belts anyway. But I think in terms of titanium production, it does look like actually clearing the belt. That's good. It looks like every smelter's getting resources as well, which is nice. So I think overall, I think it's going well. This belt isn't backing up at all. And it looks like this belt's emptying faster than... Oh, yep. So no backing up on that belt as well. So these back two smelters here are waiting for a second for resources, but that's not a problem. I mean, I think that's about as good as we're going to get as it is. But it is giving us titanium. Brilliant. Nice smell. Oh. So we've got a bit of titanium now, so let's head on back to our planet. Grab a little bit of charge. See how powered. The power load is a little bit down now because obviously we're powering these and we're powering all this as well. And when it powers me, it completely drains the system. But I only need a little bit of power. Where's us in terms of the planet? Looks like we're not far from it, so let's jump up and let's find our planet. We can just hover here like so. So we come around on our planet. There she. Set our sail. Apply some power. Light adjustment, that's not a problem. Look at our short flight. And we're not far off our base. And straight into power there. Turn the vanes off. Right, so we've got titanium now. The next problem we've got, obviously, is iron. So we need to head on over our iron deposit. So let's have a look, see what we've got. That's the solar system. Want. That's the one I want. So the one we concentrated on is these two here because we can support it well. So, but that one at the moment is in the middle of my coal veins. So I'm not too worried about it, but it'll be good. And there's a bit of resources here as well. So we got some resources that can help us. Yeah, I think we'll be okay there. So that's what we're going to aim for. So let's grab. Have we got any? Got a bit more. So let's just grab some of that. Got our titanium. We got a little bit of power, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop off by hydrogen. Hydrogen's better. This is completely out of power. Why is this out of power? We're completely out of oil. Problem? Go. Hydrogen. Put that into my power cells. Not the best thing in the world, but it'll do. Just jump start it. There we go. Surprising how it's still running out of crude oil. Plenty of hydrogen. Oh. You can actually. Yeah, we got 3 lots of hydrogen, so that'll be fine. Right. Let's clear the area where we're working. Oh. Go here. Right, so this isn't our smelting area, as we've mentioned. Right now, we have no iron, so I'm going to get some of my miners. If I can get a good chunk here. And I want to... see if we can get it from the... Oh. Can't get both. That's 6. It's not the best in the world, but it's the one I want. Foundation here. Extend this foundation here. So there we go. Right, and what we can. Do that, and that around, that there. I should have every vein in it, I think. Does. Right, so one here, two here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to smelt for a minute. Put down some foundation. So, and then I'm going to get a storage box. Two. I don't think that's going to connect. I think far out. Well, there we go. Oh yeah, it does connect. Excellent. I want these smelting iron for now. Copy that. Copy and paste that. There we go. Let's bring some power in. Why? Go. Right. Oh, we've got no way of converting it into putting it into here. So let's do that now. This one's not working because it's out of range. So let's just take that away. Put that anywhere in the middle. Yes, there we go. Okay, so as I say, crude, but it gives us plates, and then we can do more things. Right, so what do we need for transportation? Right, so we've got our steel, we've got our titanium. Move away from that because it's noisy as shit. We need processors, which needs our silicon, so that's the next one we need to look at. And then the final piece is graphene. The graphene is sulfuric acid and 3 energetic graphite. Well, we've got tons of energetic graphite. All we need to do is get some sulfur. The way we do that, we go to our production and our chemical facility. We can produce a chemical facility. Doesn't take too long to do. There we go, chemical plant. And if we just place the chemical plant over here. Again, all of this is going to be on a much larger scale, which I'm looking forward to getting done. So let's clear this. This planet's no longer going to be green. Alright, chemical plant. Place the chemical plant here. Right, so what do we need to make graphene? We need sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, we need water, we need stone, and we need refined oil. We can get refined oil from here, but we can't get water or stone. But if we head on over here, we have a supply of refined oil right here. We have a supply of stone right over here. So why don't we just dump a supply of water here? This is stocked up fully. It's actually backing up the whole system, which doesn't really matter too much because it's making red science, which we're going to upgrade that anyway. So let's grab our chemical plant. The only thing we do need is graphene, which I've actually got a supply of graphene here, and if it struggles, we can move it, take it over from the other side and bring it over here. But I don't think we're going to struggle, so let's just... oh, that should be enough, I think. Production, chemical plant. Well, we'll keep it that way. Then all I need to do is if I break this here, so put in a splitter. Pop you in out of there, bring you down into there. That should give me a good connection. Oh, why are you not bringing me? Okay, so that's our oil. Now we need the water and the stone. Water's easy because it's right here. We get have a water pump. Turn it the right way around first. So there's the water. should hopefully connect there nicely. Again, this is just so we get some resources here. There we go. We need a power supply, aren't we? Power supply in. And the last thing we need is the stone. And we have stone right here. Right there. However, you can see this is completely backed up. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to shove another miner right here. I'm going to bring a line of stone. As it's all temporary, I'm going to end up removing it all. Okay, let's bring it over to here. I can walk. That's the connection there. This will be our supply out. And I'll dump this. As a matter of fact, this sulfuric acid could probably go over to us, but we'll leave it here for now. Because what I want to do is I want to bring this down here, like so. Go one up, one back down again. Go. And then what I will do is I need iron, so let's go and grab some more iron. I should have really made sure I had all this ready, so I apologize, but having no iron really has caused some problems for us. There we go. Let's grab all that iron, move on back over here, and then grab a storage tank. Go. And then what I'm going to this split off here to move here. Now this may not take because it's on water. Pretty sure if I remember rightly we can't do split foundation support. To do that I need some more. Go. Stone piles. There we go. Now we can get our in. So. Go. The reason why I want a splitter is because I want to basically have it where it's going to take some of that sulfuric acid and basically stockpile it. So if we get too much going in, it's going to give us a stockpile, and then if we say run out of power or something like that, it's going to have a way of depositing there, like so. That off. Add power to all this. Works. Go. That's oil. Go. Put in. Sulfuric acid out. All we need now is to get the stone over to there. Done. When my little robots work. There we go. Add a power supply. Bit. Now we could use our supply of stone, but I want to keep that supply of stone just in case, because obviously we need steel here, and at the moment we're struggling for steel because we've got no iron. But we've just resolved our iron problem. Okay. There we go. So stone's on its way. Everything else is hooked up. So that should be sulfuric acid. Next thing we need to do is generate the rest of it. So, the way we do that. This is the supply in. That's just going to continue. And then we have a backlog of supply as well. There we go. Perfect. That's our graphite, which we need most of, and then we got our sulfuric acid. So the next thing we need is another chemical plant, which is then going to get us a little gold now. Plant. Oh, get goods in. So supply you, and graphene. Simply graphene. And then we need goods out, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to place a box next to it. Oh, that's too close. Again, another temporary measure. The reason why I do temporary stuff rather than doing it like, you know, oh, it's all set up ready to go, is because I like to make a more organized system at a later stage. And it requires you to tear most of it down anyway, so why make it perfect if you just tear it down? Right, so if this inevitably gets full, this will stop, backing this up here like so. Well, this will continue. I will then come back here, and I will take what I require. And if this has stopped for any reason, this will supply it, but it will also top it up as well if needs be. At the moment, it doesn't require much topping up, because as you can see, it's actually generating enough supply to work it out. Plenty of supply in there, so we don't need to worry about that too much. Effectively, we could make another one, but I don't need too many graphene at the present moment, which is why I've only done a temporary setup. So now we've got our graphene. All we need now is our high purity silicon. You can see that that requires silicon ore. Silicon ore requires stone. Another reason why we've got a nice new supply of stone. All the way over here. So since all my basics are here, I'm just going to basically break off some melting. Then hopefully if I go 1, 2, 3, add a power supply right there, hoping this shouldn't take too much stone away from. Could have just copied it. See, plenty of stones getting past. Then want 2 more. Hoping that's probably not going to connect. So what I'll do is I'll just place 1 and 2. Let's just actually move it 1 more away. No. Should be able to provide 1 on both. Yep, that'll supply that. That supplies that directly, and that supplies that directly. We could probably do with turning these belts around. Where's the supply? There's a supply, so you can go here. Actually, I think you might be able to directly reach. Let's just try that. You can. And you could probably directly reach that. We probably don't need all that. See if it'll work. Get that first. Yes, you can. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Now all I need to do is set these up for silicon. Like so. Grab a box like so. And we've got everything we need. Okay, so this isn't supplying it enough. That's fine, because we have a secondary resource right here. So all I'm going to do is, if I bring this across to here, hope this works. Here, across to here, like so. And then bring it back down and deposit it there. There we go. Once that finishes off, it should now give me... There we go. Perfect. That should be enough. And realistically, if it isn't, we don't need to worry too much, because we could reduce this down if we want to. I don't know, let's get one full row, and then it'll stop. Okay, so everything is starting to come into place. So, let's have a look at what else we need. Right, so we need plenty of these, which obviously requires the high purity silicon, and at the moment, we're just not producing just quite enough. So that's tick that off the box. Last one is this, which you can see we can now produce 12 of these. But realistically, we're going to start running out of resources from here. We've got 129 of these that we can make. So there's lots of stuff that we need to now make, which I would rather do in an automation side of things, but I want to get my logistics done first, because what you're going to see is that it's going to be so much better once it's set up. So that's going to be it for this episode. I think, because it's going to take quite some time to set up the logistics, and we haven't really done the smelting side of things either. And we've got power supply to sort out as well. That's going to be done soon. But we do have iron back, and we just need the smelting. Yes, so I'm going to build a load of stuff. It's actually backing up quite a lot. I don't want to supply anything more though. That's fine. We'll do that as is, because it's getting us enough, and then we just need to set up the logistics. So everything else is running smoothly. I can't wait to upgrade all of this. Yeah, so I think that's going to be us for this episode for now. I'm going to set up all of the components in my replicator, or whatever you want to call it. It is actually a replicator, so perfect. And then we'll come back on the next episode, and we'll finally set up the logistics supply. There was quite a lot of background work that we needed to do, so that's why we've not do it today. But as you can see, still got our red science producing. We don't actually need that to continue, but the red science actually takes a little bit longer to make. I feel the blue science is quite quick, and because it only needs components. That's also going to be another thing for one of the later episodes. Get all this set up properly, and I've got a great design for that as well, which I'm doing. But that's going to be us for this episode. Let me know in the comment section if you've got your own suggestions or ideas or anything like that. But we'll come back and we will get our logistics set up properly on the next episode. But I'll have everything ready for us, so it should be a little bit quicker. But thank you very much for joining us for this episode. Let me know in the comment section if you've got your own suggestions, ideas, comments, or anything like that as usual. But until next time, everybody, take care for now. So see you all in the next one. Bye-bye for now.